it going? Oh, there's a dog hair in my tea. So yeah, I'm just gonna talk about some stuff I've watched. It's gonna be super casual, wear my skeleton pajamas, I got my cup of tea, and we're just gonna hang out and chat. I'm probably not gonna cover everything I watched because it has been a lot of months, but anything like noteworthy that I like wanna talk about, I'm obviously gonna talk about. What's on my list? Okay, WandaVision. I'm really sad that I wasn't like online during the WandaVision experience because I would have loved to review that, but I feel like the time has passed. Aside from like right now, I loved WandaVision. I was already like highly anticipating it. I thought it was a really cool concept, and I was surprised that they were going with that story because it's pretty weird. But they did it and they nailed it, and I thought it was so much fun. Like, what a refreshing way to jumpstart the next era of Marvel stories. It wasn't a cookie cutter Marvel thing. It was completely different in every way, and it was so fun. I think Paul Bettany and Elizabeth Olsen were incredible. Like, I'd never really seen their acting abilities like fully displayed the way that it was in WandaVision, and I was just so impressed with both of them. I thought they were amazing. I just loved it so much. I do think the ending wasn't as strong as the rest. I think if the show was a chart, it would kind of be one of those, you know, where it's like, it starts out kind of weird and then it was like, oh my God, this is so good, and then it just sort of tapered off. I'm not gonna spoil anything in case anyone hasn't watched WandaVision yet, in which case please go watch WandaVision. But I just felt like the ending should have gone like a slightly different way. But other than that, it was great. And now I'm watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which I was not expecting to be as good as it is. I kind of like completely forgot how amazing their chemistry is. Like in Winter Soldier, is that the one? I remember there's one scene, yeah, it's Winter Soldier, where Falcon and Winter Soldier are sitting in the back of a car, and it's like the first time they're ever alone together. And it's just so funny because they hate each other.
Can you move your seat up? No.
But in like the most entertaining way. And that scene is just the whole show, or at least is what I think the whole show is gonna be. And I'm just loving it so much. Not to mention the story is really good. They're bringing in some characters that I did not think they would bring in, but I'm very excited about. The direction that they're going in to this like new era of superheroes after Endgame. I don't know, I was just really worried that everything was gonna suck after Endgame, and I'm actually really excited about stuff. I don't know about the movies. Like the shows, I feel like they need to just lean into these shows, like these series, because you can explore so much more in them, and they've been really, really good, and they don't have that like standard Marvel movie format. They can sort of play around with it and experiment and get a little bit weird. I don't know, man. I am here for this. I want more shows. I want more Falcon and the Winter Soldier because I'm obsessed with this show already. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna rant about these two shows for the entire video at this rate, so I'm gonna stop there. But I've been watching those and I love them. What's next on my list? Schitt's Creek. I binge watched all of Schitt's Creek very fast, like a little bit scary how fast. I'm not sure what I was doing. Nothing, apparently, just watching Schitt's Creek. And it was one of those like, all right, I'm just gonna see what the hype is about. I don't really know if this is gonna be my thing. Let me tell you, it was very much my thing. I will say when I started it has kind of a slow start, and this is what I've heard from pretty much anyone I've talked to about Schitt's Creek, is that season 1 is like fine, you know, it's just sort of like a sitcom and it's whatever. It's entertaining, but it's not like mind-blowing or anything. So I was watching it and I was just like, all right, okay, I'll just like throw it on while I'm doing laundry or something. And then I guess like around season 2, I don't really know what happened, but it just got so good. And then it just gets increasingly better as it goes, which is rare in a TV show, especially of this length. It's not crazy long, but it's like 6 seasons, I think. And it literally gets better every season. I just think everyone should watch it. I think it's so universally good. It's just about people, it's about family, it's extremely funny, it has great representation, the cast is phenomenal. Literally every character I am obsessed with. I think it's very rare in an ensemble cast that you love every single character, but I do. I truly love them all, like they are my family. And when it ended, oh my God, when I watched the finale, I did not expect to cry as much as I cried. I did not expect to cry at all. I was like, this is just a funny sitcom show. Like, there's gonna be some laughs. It's gonna be like a little bit emotional, but like in a nice, fun sort of way. No. Girl, I ugly cried. I don't know the last time anything made me ugly cry, and I was literally like laying in my bed. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning because I had just been binge watching it relentlessly, and I just sobbing, just snot dripping down my face. Oh my god, Schitt's Creek. Why did you have to go so hard? Oh, but it's so good. I recommend it to everyone, honestly. It's just watch it. Just watch it. Next on my list is Modern Family. I don't know why I'm singing. I guess I just decided to catch up on all of the like popular sitcoms that I've never watched. I'm not done with Modern Family yet. I'm only a few seasons in. But why have I been sleeping on Modern Family? Oh my god, it's so funny. I think what I love the most about it is that it's like the perfect combination of comedy and wholesome family stuff. Like, every episode makes me die laughing. But then at the end of every episode, I feel like warm and nice inside. And I don't know, it's just like a really good feel-good show because you're laughing and you're feeling nice and warm inside. I guess that's just the kind of stuff I've needed lately. I just want to feel good. Just make me feel nice. All right, next, I got really hardcore into an anime phase. Not sure why. I think, again, it was I need to feel nice and warm inside, so I'm gonna watch some anime. Although my choices, they're like feel good in the way that also rips your heart out, you know what I'm talking about? So I fell down the rabbit hole of Makoto Shinkai, who is a Japanese anime director. And I don't really know what, I just really wanted to watch like some anime movies. I was watching a lot of Studio Ghibli films as like comfort food, and then when I ran out of them, I needed something else, and so I found these. So the ones that I watched were Your Name and Weathering with You. But oh my god, are these films amazing. They are, first of all, absolutely beautiful. The animation style, the art style, is so much more beautiful than like any other anime style thing I've ever seen, I think. I mean, it's just like, I can't quite pinpoint what is different about it. It's not like anything wild or crazy, but there are just a few scenes, most of the scenes, where just like the attention to detail and the light and the way things move, it's just so stunning and unique and just, beautiful. And then on top of that, the stories, oh my god. Okay, so I think I know Your Name was my favorite of the two. I really, really enjoyed Weathering with You, but Your Name, it got me. Whew. If you want an emotional, if you want to cry, watch Your Name. I think it's like happy, feel-good crying, sort of, for the most part. It's sort of like, it's a love story, more or less, with like a fun sci-fi twist. Just watch it. Feel the way I felt. Just thinking about it makes me want to watch it again. It was so goddamn good. It was, I feel like I've said nothing of substance. Maybe I should explain what these things are to you instead of being like, oh my god, I watched this thing and it was amazing. That's not helpful or entertaining at all. Basically, Your Name is about these two teenagers who, for some reason, wake up one day and they're in each other's bodies. Like, they've swapped bodies. They've never met before. They live in completely different places, and they're just suddenly in each other's lives. And this keeps happening to them over the course of a few days. Like, they'll wake up in each other's body, and then the next minute they're themselves again. And so they're like trying to figure out who these people are, why this is happening. And then, they can like sort of communicate, so their relationship builds, and eventually they decide they want to meet each other in person, and I just can't. There's just like a really big twist, and I can't tell you what it is, but it's so good. I mean, I'm looking at this right now. It has a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. 98%. That's good. Go watch this movie. It's perfection. It actually might be perfect. I think it's perfect. It's perfect in every way. I've not changed a thing about this film. Anyway, that's Your Name in a nutshell. Weathering with You is about this town or city where it just won't stop raining. It's just raining all the time. It's dreary and gross every day. And there's this girl who for some reason can like summon the sun, and it's beautiful. I think it's just like visually breathtaking, and the story is beautiful, and the characters are beautiful, and everything about it is wonderful and magical and splendid. And I just cannot recommend both of these films enough. But if you're gonna watch one of them, watch Your Name, because it is chef's kiss. Next on my list, we have another anime, and that is Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. An unfortunate name, I must admit, but do not let that deter you because it's really, really good. Oh my God, is this show good. This is like one of the best anime that I've ever seen. I feel it's like embarrassing to say a show called Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai is one of my favorite things, but it is. It's a fact. So more or less this is a rom-com sort of drama, but mostly a rom-com. And this guy meets this girl in high school, and she's like a celebrity. She's a famous actress, but she also has to go to high school. And in the first episode, there's like this weird magical thing happening where she's disappearing and no one around her can see her except for this one kid who can see her, and that's how they meet. And so that storyline is sort of explored for a while, and then they go into other things, and it's just like all these weird events that happen, but they're all based in like actual psychological theories. Like one of the big things that they explore is this theory called adolescence syndrome, and they get kind of into the scientifics behind all these things, but then sort of translated into some weird event that happens. And it's just like really deep and very interesting and way more profound than a show called Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai should be. I feel like it was like some kind of marketing stunt where they were like, okay, we're gonna make this really good show, but no one's gonna watch it unless we make it like smutty. But it's not smutty. They don't do anything. It's just innuendos, and she happens to wear a sexy bunny girl outfit in the first episode. I don't know, I just thought it was really cute and really funny and really interesting, and most of all just very surprising in a good way. I did not expect it to be as good as it was. Oh my God, and then there's a movie. There's a movie at the end called Rascal Does Not Dream of a Dreaming Girl, and oh my God, if you want to have your heart ripped out and stomped on repeatedly, then this is the movie for you. I audibly screamed at one point because I was so upset and surprised. Oh my God, the experience of watching that was a ride. I can't even talk about it. I have to move on. I can't talk about this anymore. Oh, I also watched Color Out of Space, which is a H.P. Lovecraft adaptation starring Nicolas Cage. And boy, is that a movie. Honestly, I don't know what I expected. It's H.P. Lovecraft. I knew it was gonna be weird, but this movie is weird. And I think I was with it almost till the end, and then I just couldn't do it anymore. Maybe this is the movie for some people, but I think this was just not the movie for me. I mean, the cast was great. Nick Cage was amazing as always. It was like good. It was just so uncomfortable. And there were like certain things, like the fact that I didn't really like any of the characters, and like the ending felt like it was trying to be something, but it just wasn't happening. I don't know. So I had some issues with it, and it was also just weird. And the most disturbing thing, maybe not the most disturbing thing I've ever seen. Oh, I don't know. It was pretty fucking disturbing. Just the body horror in this movie is horrifying, which I guess is the point. So they did a good job with that, because color me horrified. But yeah, Color Out of Space is about this family who lives on this farm that's like really far away from society, and a meteorite hits, and it just sort of creates all of this weird color out of space. But basically just all this weird stuff starts happening. Sort of like the meteorite is like infecting their land and them, like their minds. Visually, it was stunning. Like the colors and the cinematography, everything in this movie looks really cool. And the body horror looked like convincing. Like I think that's why it was so terrifying, because I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. happening right now. I also think, I don't know, when bad stuff happens to little kids, I can't do it. It does not sit right with me. And it just made me like, not only uncomfortable, but also just sad. Like, I was just sad. Uncomfortable and sad. Not a way I want to feel. Especially when the past few months I've been trying to watch lots of feel-good things. So maybe it just wasn't the time for me. Color Out of Space. Okay, other than that, I have just been watching the Oscar-nominated films. Because I feel like this year I am really out of the loop. Like, it's a combination of things. Like, everything was virtual this year. And not a lot of, like, big things came out. And then on top of that, I've been doing some stuff for the past few months. I've been a little bit busy, a little bit preoccupied, a little bit mentally unwell. I've also just been a little disconnected from the world. Like, I have not been on social media. Well, I am now, kind of. But I stopped social media in November. And then I didn't start getting back into it until like this month. And I'm still not really in it the way that I was before, which is nice, actually. I recommend it. Anyways, I digress. I've been watching a few Oscar movies. So I watched Minari, which was incredible, obviously. I mean, it's nominated for so many things, but like, it's good. It's really good. Then I also watched Another Round, which was a very surprisingly fun film. If you don't know that one, it's a film from Denmark starring Mads Mikkelsen. Mikkelsen? I actually don't. I'm realizing in this moment that I've never said his name out loud and I don't know how to pronounce it. But he is amazing in this movie. Oh my God, he could dance. I didn't know he could dance. His performance, oh my God, it's just so good. The movie is about this group of teachers who decide to stay like slightly drunk all day, like for days, for weeks, as like a scientific experiment to see if they're testing a theory. It's like actually a real theory. I can't remember who it is or what it is specifically, but it's like if you remain a certain level of drunk all the time, your brain will actually function at like the highest capacity. And so they test this theory like while they're at school teaching, and it like improves their teaching, and it's like, and it makes them more confident. And like the main character played by Mads, he's like depressed and has fallen kind of a rut, and then he finally like digs himself out of it. And so it's like a really funny and fun, entertaining concept, but also very profound and like about real people. And it just felt very real and very raw, while also being a super fun, good time. I feel like I haven't heard this one talked about as much as the other ones, so I would definitely recommend watching this one. But it's nominated for the Best International Feature Film and Best Director, which is pretty good. But yeah, watch it. It's on Hulu. Check it out. It's so good. And then the only other one I watched was The Sound of Metal, which is my favorite. It's my pick. It's my favorite. I know it's not gonna win, but I thought it was so good. Basically, The Sound of Metal is about this guy who is a drummer in a metal band, and he loses his hearing, and then the whole movie is about him dealing with the fact that he's lost his hearing, like one of his most valuable senses as a musician. And you follow him on this journey that is never put into a spotlight. Like, I didn't know a lot of these things. Like, I never even really thought about it, like what it would be like and what your lifestyle is and the community that exists of deaf people. And it was just like really beautiful to see all of that. And most of the movie is silent. I think majority of the dialogue is in sign language or no dialogue. Just like there are so many beautiful moments where no one is saying anything, but they're saying so much. You know what I mean? like with a look or like there's one scene on a slide. It's just beautiful. This movie made me cry, and it just made me feel so much. I think what I liked about it is, first of all, it has amazing character development, like so good. But it also it's one of those films that sort of makes you look at the world in a different perspective and appreciate life and appreciate what you have and like the little moments that you often overlook. I just thought it was beautiful. It's a damn beautiful film and everyone should see it. Anyways, I think I've talked enough in this video. But that's pretty much all that I have been watching in the past few months. felt kind of short actually. I wonder if I missed some stuff.
Yes, hello, you did miss some stuff. You missed the best movie I have seen in actual years, I think, and I just completely forgot to talk about it in this video, but that is Promising Young Woman. Oh my god, I love this movie so much. Promising Young Woman is one of the Oscar-nominated films. It stars Carey Mulligan, Bo Burnham, Alison Brie, Jennifer Coolidge, Laverne Cox. The cast is like amazing. But it's basically about this girl going on this like revenge spree because she's very traumatized by this thing that happened to her and one of her friends, and so she's seeking out vengeance on everyone who made it happen. And it's simultaneously so much fun while also being incredibly powerful. And I honestly think it's my favorite movie I've seen in at least a year, if not longer. Personally, it's my favorite of all the Oscar-nominated films. I don't think it's the best of all of them, but it is my favorite, for what it's worth. But yes, Promising Young Woman, I don't know how I didn't include that in this video. Go watch it, please. It's so good. I think everyone in the whole world needs to see this film. It's masterpiece. I don't use that word lightly. Promising Young Woman is a masterpiece. All right, now back to the video.
I did rewatch almost all of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. For the, I don't know, 10th time. I have a problem. It's my comfort food. You know when you're sick and you just want to watch something that makes you feel nice and warm and cozy? That's Buffy for me. I just watch it all the time. It's just kind of constant. Like if I need background noise, I'll just throw on Buffy. I've seen it so many times now that it can just be on in another room. I'll like look at it for a second. Like I won't look at it all day, and then I'll just look at it for a second. And I'll be like, I know exactly what episode this is. I know exactly what is happening, what has happened, what line they're about to say next. I literally have the whole show memorized in my brain. That's normal. It's fine. So yeah, I watched a lot of that. I guess that maybe took up a lot of my time. 7 seasons. But yeah, that's all I got for you today. Thanks for hanging out with me. Hope you had a good time. I'm gonna wrap it up. That's all for now. I'm gonna go to bed because it is late as heck. Thank you so much for watching. It's good to be back. I'm excited to be here, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.